Have you ever closed social media after just a few minutes and noticed a strange feeling you couldn't quite explain? Not sadness, not anger, just a quiet sense that something was missing. Millions of people experience this every day, yet very few understand why. Social media promises connection. It gives us access to friends, ideas, and people from all over the world. But somehow, after scrolling for a while, many of us feel more disconnected than before. Why? The answer isn't simply social media. The answer lies in the way the human brain has evolved. For almost all of human history, people lived in small communities. You compared yourself with the people around you. Perhaps 20, perhaps 50, rarely more than 100. That was enough. Your brain developed in a world where comparison had natural limits. Today, those limits no longer exist. In just a few minutes, you can compare yourself with thousands of people from every corner of the world. Someone wealthier, someone more attractive, someone traveling to places you've never seen, someone celebrating another success. Even when you know these moments represent carefully selected highlights rather than everyday reality, your brain doesn't fully separate the two. Instead, it quietly begins asking questions. Why don't I have that? Why am I still behind? What am I doing wrong? Comparison itself isn't the enemy. In fact, it's one of humanity's oldest survival mechanisms. For thousands of years, comparing ourselves with others helped us learn, improve, and understand our place within a group. The problem is, social media removed the natural stopping point. There is always someone doing better, someone younger, someone smarter, someone seemingly happier. And because the feed never ends, the comparison never ends either. But comparison is only part of the story. Social media also changes the way your brain experiences everyday life. Every swipe carries the possibility of finding something rewarding. A funny video, an inspiring story, breaking news, a message from someone important. Most of the time, nothing extraordinary appears, but every now and then, something does. And that's exactly how the brain learns. Not by constant reward, but by unpredictable ones. Psychologists call this variable reward. It's the same learning principle that makes slot machines so difficult to walk away from. Your brain starts chasing the possibility that the next swipe might be the one that's worth it. Without realizing it, waiting becomes more difficult. Silence feels uncomfortable. Boredom begins to feel like a problem that needs to be solved immediately. So whenever life slows down, your hand reaches for your phone almost automatically, not because you truly need it, but because your brain has learned to expect constant stimulation. And perhaps that's the greatest hidden cost of social media. It slowly replaces the quiet moments, the moments where thoughts become clearer, where emotions settle, where creativity appears, where you actually begin to understand yourself. Instead, every empty second is filled before it ever has the chance to become meaningful. Social media gives us endless stimulation, but stimulation isn't the same as fulfillment. One keeps the mind busy, the other gives it purpose. That's why so many people close the app after 20 minutes and still feel that something is missing. Not because they didn't scroll long enough, but because the human mind was never designed to find satisfaction through endless comparison and constant stimulation. The next time you unlock your phone without thinking, pause for just a moment. Ask yourself one simple question. What am I hoping to find right now? Sometimes that single question reveals far more than another hour of scrolling ever could. If you enjoyed exploring the psychology behind everyday life and want to better understand how the human mind really works, consider subscribing to Humantria. Because understanding people is the first step toward understanding ourselves.